Hey guys, I am so excited for today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about LYS Beauty. I did go ahead and pick up a variety of their products during the Sephora VIB sale. I've been wanting to try this brand for a while and I've been wanting to review it for you guys for a while, but I just haven't. I've been planning a wedding, so some of you might know, so I'm just trying to save money. So I haven't really been able to purchase as many products to do reviews on recently, but I figured I would get some things during the sale and finally talk to you guys about them. So LYS Beauty is a Black woman-owned company. I really like their mission, which is to diversify the clean beauty industry. If you have gotten into clean beauty, you might know that a lot of times there's not the best shade ranges, and that is very true. It's so unfortunate, but it's the truth, and I mean that definitely needs to change. LYS Beauty, I think it's awesome. They're gonna make it so more shades are available, and I think that's how it should be for all of these brands, that they should really be launching more shades from the very beginning, not just later on. They need to include everybody from the start. So LYS stands for Love Yourself Beauty. Love the idea. For the longest, I didn't really know about the brand. I thought it was LYS Beauty. I didn't know about it, but it's Love Yourself Beauty. That's what it stands for. Their products are cruelty-free. They use clean formulas. So I'm gonna actually kind of be doing a video soon about my whole thoughts on clean beauty and just that term. I feel like it can be like a misleading term. So I'm gonna actually make a video about that soon and my thoughts on that. But this brand is marketed as clean beauty, and I think it's fair because they are using like plant-based ingredients and more of those natural ingredients. They say that they never compromise on their clean formula standards. Their full range is always 100% gluten-free, talc-free, fragrance-free, mineral oil-free, and SLS-free. So that's kind of what it means for them when it comes to like clean beauty or clean formulation. They're avoiding those certain ingredients. Their products are also vegan. So this is a more affordable brand, and that is something that I have noticed and really like. A lot of clean beauty brands tend to be more pricey, like a lot of other like brands that are available at Sephora. Now this brand is exclusively available at Sephora. You can also get it on the LYS Beauty website, but for other stores it's only available at Sephora. So something that I thought was really awesome is that Tisha built LYS as a landing page for makeup and skincare solutions that are uniquely catered to all skin types, textures, and tones while addressing common skin concerns like hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and sensitive skin. With ingredients as her tool and confidence as the goal, Tisha is on a mission to dispel the myth that clean beauty, deep shade ranges, and high performance products cannot coexist. So I thought that's really awesome, and I really like that they're kind of like thinking about like adding like skincare benefits into the product. So that's really cool. So let's go ahead and dive into the products. Their Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. I don't have that, but I do have their foundation, so that's what I'm going to start off with. This is their Triple Fix Serum Foundation. This retails for $22. This is described as an ultra luxe serum foundation that effortlessly conceals blemishes, dark spots, and imperfections with skincare benefits and buildable light to medium coverage. And there is a lot of shades here. This is supposed to be made for those with normal, dry, and combination skin types. I have combination acne prone skin. I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation left over. Actually, it's getting a lot better, but as you can see, there's marks. Some of the key ingredients in here are ashwagandha, which is Indian ginseng, is a powerful herb to help combat skin stress and visible signs of aging. This also has hyaluronic acid in here, which infuses the skin with intensive hydration. It has turmeric, which provides antioxidant protection. It has avocado oil, which helps to retain the skin's moisture for the appearance of a revitalized and firmer looking complexion while providing antioxidant benefits. I have this in the shade LN6, and N stands for neutral. LN6 is a light nude. It's described as a light skin with neutral undertones. It says, satisfy your skincare and foundation fix at the same time with this must-have complexion hero that's sure to become your skin's best friend with customizable coverage and skincare benefits that promote visibly healthier looking skin. So I think the packaging for this is really, really beautiful. I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit. And it has a little pump applicator, which I think is really, really nice. I'm just gonna take one pump. I'm just gonna kind of dot this all over my face. It doesn't have that like paint scent that some foundations tend to have. More the clean beauty foundations tend to not have that smell, because I do have more of those like plant-based ingredients and oils that kind of make it so it doesn't have that paint smell. I would say it is a little bit thicker than I feel like the name serum would imply. It still is like a relatively like thin formula, if that makes sense. So I have used this before, and this does say it's supposed to give a light to medium coverage. With initial application, it looks absolutely stunning, 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 stunning. Like, hopefully you guys can see, it just looks so beautiful. And initially it gives a little bit of that like dewy finish, and it definitely, I would say, is starting off with a light coverage. I mean, I already know that it does because I've used this before, but it gives a light coverage initially. You can definitely kind of build it up to a medium coverage. That also can kind of depend on what you personally have to cover up. For me, because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation left over from past acne, I feel like it might take me a little bit more product to get more coverage or to build up to a medium coverage. And with a second application, I do think it's about a medium coverage. So I'm gonna go in with one more layer. Now, I didn't see on their website like what kind of finish exactly this is supposed to give. Maybe I should look on the Sephora website, see if they say like what kind of finish this is supposed to give. For me, I feel like when I tested this out, I noticed that after a little while, like throughout the day, it definitely started to be more detectable on the skin, where I feel like it looked like there was like some dry patches. That might also have to do with just the weather, because it is colder outside now. So that might be why, but like with initial application, it's not that detectable. I mean, I don't know. In some areas, like around the mouth, I feel like I can kind of see, let me get up close so you guys can see. See, you can kind of see like little bits, like a little clumpy, like it looks like there's foundation. But like on the cheeks and everything, I feel like it looks really, really beautiful. It doesn't look like, obviously, like you have foundation on. Just blends in beautifully. Very, very seamless. It is really, really beautiful. But yeah, I definitely did get a little like cakey, not cakey, but like it looked a little dry throughout the day when I tested this out. Again, might just be because of the weather. And I do have combination acne prone skin. My skin is a little bit drier when it gets colder outside. Okay, so on the Sephora website, it's supposed to give a natural finish. I do think that's a good kind of description. Initially, I feel like it definitely has a dewy finish, but I feel like as it kind of sets, it's definitely like kind of more set to a more like natural finish. It's not gonna look like super dewy, but it's also not gonna look like matte. But I do think it is really, really beautiful. Like, just look at that. It looks so, so pretty. Also, the price range for this, I feel like is awesome. It's $22. A lot of brands that are available at Sephora are definitely much more expensive for a foundation. I feel like at Sephora, they tend to be around like $30, sometimes even $40. So $22 for a foundation, I think, is fantastic. All right, so then moving on to their setting powder. I have their Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. I have this in the shade Brilliance, which is described as a banana shade, so it has a little bit of that like yellow tint to it. They do have other shade options as well. They have 4 shades to choose from. This retails for $18, and this is described as a finely milled, pressed, translucent setting powder that blurs the look of pores and locks makeup in place and absorbs excess oil for a natural matte finish. This is supposed to be made for, it looks like, all skin types. It says normal, dry, combination, and oily. It is a talc-free formula. It's finely milled in texture. This is an everyday powder that settles into pores without accentuating texture or diminishing your skin's natural radiance. Whether you deal with dry, oily, or combination skin, this universal powder is enriched with skincare ingredients to promote a healthier looking complexion long after the makeup comes off. Formulated with niacinamide, I thought that was really cool when I saw that, and green tea extract. This everyday powder elevates the performance of your favorite products, giving skin that just applied a look we all crave without any white cast or flashback. I thought it was cool that they like incorporated niacinamide in here, which is definitely that like skincare type of ingredient. It's an ingredient that can be really helpful for hyperpigmentation. So I think that's cool to have it in makeup. Obviously, it wouldn't be as effective as like just using a skincare product with niacinamide. But I think it's cool that they have that included in their formula for makeup. So you're almost like kind of like treating your skin with some skincare ingredients while you wear makeup. So I think that's cool. The packaging is really, really beautiful. It comes in this like triangle packaging. It also is kind of that like mirror-y type of packaging. So when you touch it, it definitely gets those like fingerprints all over it. But it is really beautiful. It's supposed to like absorb excess oils, but it's not supposed to like get rid of your skin's natural radiance, which I think is nice. So I'm just gonna start off with applying this under the eyes since this is that like banana color. I'm just gonna use this under the eyes for kind of like brightening, I guess. It's not gonna look like yellowy on the skin, but I think it's just supposed to be like a little bit brightening. I guess I'm just gonna kind of apply a little bit to my cheeks, my chin, just where I normally apply powder. It's definitely just reminds me of like a translucent powder, which, you know, it's supposed to be translucent still, but I think the yellow is supposed to be like a little bit brightening. I do think that this looks really pretty. I definitely think it gives like that blurring effect, and that's what I heard about this prior to trying it, is that it seems to give like a blurring effect, which is really, really nice. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. It's not looking like heavy. I feel like it definitely is kind of giving that like blurring kind of effect. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. They don't have an eyebrow product, so I'm gonna use the Kosas Brow Pop. This is a brow pencil. I've been really, really enjoying this. I really enjoy this. It's a really good eyebrow pencil. I've been using it a lot recently. Okay, and then moving on to their bronzer. This is their No Limits Matte Bronzer. This retails for $18. This is described as a clean, buildable, velvety matte bronzer with a talc-free formula that sculpts, defines, and livens up the complexion. This comes in 5 shades. I got the lightest shade, which is called Motivate, and it says that this is an ultra-buildable powder that effortlessly buffs onto the skin, adding a natural contour and warmth to the complexion without accentuating the skin's texture. And this is supposed to be good for, it looks like, all skin types again. This is good for normal dry combination and oily skin. Also, something about the powder that I should have mentioned, it did say that it doesn't accentuate texture, and I definitely agree with that. I feel like it has a very like smoothing and like blurring effect. It just looks like very smooth. It doesn't emphasize texture or anything like that. Luckily, I actually don't really have a whole lot of texture going on, but I do have a little bit of texture in some areas, and it's not accentuating that, so that's really, really nice. All right, but then going on to the bronzer again. So the packaging again is the same as that powder. So their highlighter, their bronzer, and the powder and the blush are all in the same packaging, this like triangle packaging. This is the lightest shade. I'm just gonna go on in and start warming up the face. This is a matte bronzer, so it doesn't have like any shimmer in here or anything. This has a really nice amount of pigment. I feel like that is like almost enough where I don't need to like really build it up anymore, because I don't want to like overdo it. I feel like you want to be careful not to like pick up too much product, because then you could accidentally apply just like too much, because it is quite pigmented. But I still think that it's easy to work with. If you do like a matte bronzer, I think that you would probably really like this. I do think that this is nice. I don't think that it emphasizes texture. It does the same thing kind of like the powder, where I feel like it gives like almost that like bit of like a blurring effect. It's just smoothing. It doesn't emphasize texture. So I'm gonna take this same bronzer and I'm gonna pop some of this into the crease. So then I am going to go in with the Kosas 10-second eyeshadow. I just do one swipe on each eyelid. Okay, also I just realized that I never applied a concealer. They don't have concealer, but oh well, I feel like my under eyes look okay. I did bring another concealer that I was gonna use. I was gonna use this LYS concealer, but since I already did powder, I'm just not gonna worry about applying concealer. I'm going to curl my eyelashes and apply mascara real quick, and then I will continue with this look. I do have a few more products to show you guys. All right, so next up, blush. So this is their Higher Standard Satin Matte and Cream Blush. This retails for $16. This is described as an everyday satin matte cream blush that delivers high payoff that caters to all skin tones and makeup looks, whether glam or natural. This comes in 6 shades. I have this in the shade Kindness, which is described as a soft pink. So it's a really, really pretty pink color. I feel like this is a color that I would use a lot. So I kind of didn't think it through because I did set my face with powder already, Hopefully this applies okay since it is a cream. Hopefully it applies okay on top of powder. I didn't put like too much powder on my cheeks, but I did powder my cheeks, so I hope it doesn't like cling or like just like not blend in well, but we'll see. So this is supposed to be a non-greasy cream blush packed with clean skin loving ingredients. It really just like melts when you touch it. Like it feels really, really nice. It feels like it's just gonna blend in beautifully. Ooh, that color is so pretty. Okay, that's really, really pretty. Also, this is blending really, really well on top of that powder. That is beautiful. I definitely applied this a little too low on my face. Whoops, I really should have just kind of like applied it up here. But this is blending in absolutely beautiful, even on top of that powder. Normally I would definitely want to apply this before the powder, but it's still blending really, really beautifully. And look at that pigment. This is some really good pigment, especially for like a cream blush. I feel like this might be one of the most pigmented cream blushes that I've tried, at least within like the LYS Beauty products. This is really pigmented, and this shade is absolutely beautiful. I feel like this is definitely kind of that like bright pink kind of shade that you would maybe use in like spring and fall. Not fall, like spring and summer. But you could definitely use this year round. It is kind of that like everyday pink color as well, but it definitely gives a pop of color. Maybe go in with a little bit less than I did. I feel like maybe I applied a little bit too much, but now that I know it is so pigmented, I might go in with a little less to start and then like build it up. But this is absolutely beautiful. Blends in so, so well. Very impressed by this. Probably gonna be a favorite. This is so beautiful. Then let's go on to highlighter. This is the Aim High Pressed Highlighter Powder. This retails for $19. This is described as a super fine velvet-like pressed highlighter powder for luxuriously radiant looking skin. This comes in 3 shades. I got this in the shade Brave, which is a champagne shade. It is very like high shine looking. It is super fine in texture with multi-dimensional pearl pigments. This pressed powder gives skin a seamless boost of radiance without the unwanted chunky glitter. Grace your deserving skin with this enriching formula that's infused with skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid, as well as green tea and mango fruit extracts. It says complete with niacinamide. This vegan powder layers beautifully onto the skin without accentuating texture or enlarged pores, making it the perfect complexion enhancer for mature or blemish-prone skin types. Awesome. I have blemish-prone skin, but I do not have the right brush to use with this right now, so I'm gonna use this brush. I know it's definitely not a brush you would normally use for highlighter, but yeah, I like how it mentions that it's not supposed to give you those like big chunks of glitter, but it is that like high shine. And I have used this before, so I know what I think about it, but it is definitely high shine, and I really didn't even apply that much. Definitely gives that high shine, almost that like boom, just like highlighter. If you like a very like more obvious highlighter, I think you can definitely get that with this, or you can go in with a very light hand if you don't want it to be as high shine, but it definitely is high shine. If you want a really intense highlighter, I definitely think that you can get that with this. It's very, very beautiful. That's so pretty, so pretty. Also, if you prefer a liquid highlighter, they also have a liquid highlighter. It's called their Aim High Multi-Use Liquid Highlighter. So I believe it's like the same thing as the powder one, except for it's in liquid form. Then I am going to apply a lip color. I don't have a lip product from them. They do have a lip oil that looks nice, but I do not have that. I'm gonna use the Ilia Balmy Tint Hydrating Lip Balm in the shade Lullaby. I've done a whole swatch video swatching all of the shades of these, but these are so beautiful. I love these. Moisturizing, but also gives a beautiful tint of color, and honestly these can actually be built up to a pretty bold color, especially for like a lip balm. Definitely check out my swatch video if you want to see all of the shades of these swatched. So that is everything that I got from LYS Beauty. I am very, very impressed by these products. I will say probably my least favorite product the first time that I tried it was the foundation, just because I thought that it did look a little bit dry throughout the day. But you guys, with initial application, it looks so pretty. I feel like this might be like my favorite face of makeup that I've done in a while, just because like I definitely feel like these do give that like blurring effect, like the powder, the bronzer, yeah, the powder and the bronzer definitely give a bit of that like blurring effect. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Very impressed with this powder right here. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. Definitely gives that blurring effect. I think this bronzer is really, really nice as well. I will say, I guess, like, I feel like I just have a lot, I have a lot of bronzers, and I feel like it's hard to like see that much difference between certain bronzers. I mean, there is, but generally bronzers can be like pretty similar, I guess. I do think that this one is really beautiful, and I definitely think it gives a little bit of that like blurring effect too. So if you are somebody who feels like a lot of times like bronzers might accentuate texture, this might be one we're checking out, because I do think that these powders do a really good job at not accentuating texture. So that's really, really nice. If you do like a high shine highlighter and haven't been able to find one within LYS Beauty, definitely check this one out, because this one is very high shine, very similar to a lot of highlighters that are available that aren't marketed as clean beauty, or don't use more of those like plant-based ingredients. But yeah, it's very, very high shine, and it's really, really beautiful. Highlighters, I feel like, are very hard to not accentuate texture. I do agree with them that I don't think it looks like there's like big chunks of glitter, but it's very high shine. But I feel like, you know, highlighters, yeah, I mean, it accentuates texture a little bit, but it's honestly not that bad. And I just think it looks really, really beautiful. So if you like high shine highlighter, I think that one is worth checking out. So overall, I'm honestly really, really impressed with these products. Again, I purchased all of these myself. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about these products, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Have you guys tried any of these? I would love to know your thoughts. If you haven't tried any of these, I'd love to know which of these products stand out to you the most, which ones you're the most interested in trying. If you guys are interested in trying any of these, I will have all of the products that I talked about in today's video listed and linked in the description box below. If you guys are new here and would like to see even more content from me in the future, it would mean so much to me if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all for my next video. Bye, guys.